5.1 Abuja. How is your Monday going? Happy Monday to you. Hope that you've had a good time listening to us all day. We're here to ensure that you stay informed and stay abreast of what's happening in Nigeria at this time. Of course, we're also open to getting your thoughts and your opinions. Welcome to Hard Facts this Monday, the 6th day in February 2023. My name is Itodo, and I'm here to moderate the conversation today and also to hear from you. How was your weekend? Did you have a good one? Did you relax? Did you have to spend a lot of hours trying to get some money? Did your ATM work? Did you have to pay extra to get that from the POS vendors? A lot of people are without cash right now, and it's a bit troublesome. It's worrisome. It's a lot to deal with at this time. But yeah, we hope that it gets better. We're about to get into the roundtable for today. So to get ready to be a part of it right now, I'm joined by Tony Idoko, who's a lawyer and public affairs analyst. Great to have you on the show as always.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
How's your weekend?
Well, it was good.
Good.
Yeah, really good.
I'm happy for you.
Well, you see, I've made up my mind not to allow what's happening outside to get into me.
Yes.
You understand? Instead, you bring out the stuff that's you are, that's inside of you. Use it to respond to
what's happening,
to what's going on outside.
Ah,
if not,
nice.
You just kill yourself.
Good. All right, we're live right now on Facebook and YouTube. You can join the conversation at Nigeria Info Abuja. I'll be going through to read your thoughts and your comments. You can also join in via the WhatsApp and the phone lines. Don't forget that you should subscribe to our YouTube channel just so that you're able to get updates when we are live and you don't get to miss out on the conversation. That is Nigeria Info Abuja. Our first story for today: Kaduna, Kogi, Zamfara governments drag federal government to Supreme Court over Naira's scarcity. Now, worried by the effects the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy is having on the residents of the estates, the governments of Kogi, Kaduna, and Zamfara have dragged the federal government before the Supreme Court, seeking a restraining order to stop the full implementation of the policy. Pastor Tony, let's get right into it. I mean, now we know that the CBN initially postponed the deadline from the 31st of January up until the 10th of February. Yeah. And then they went on to change the fact that you can still deposit your old Naira notes at various CBN office from the 17th, from the 10th to the 17th, and of course, even thereafter. Yeah. And you would be giving the new Naira notes. But let's talk about this this situation by Kogi, Kaduna, and Zamfara right now. Does it hold water? Is it going to be able to change anything? Remember that on Friday, the APC governors met with the president, where he went on to promise that before the deadline, which is February 10th, he would be able to handle the situation. Something would change. And he's also spoken to the CBN and banks to ensure that the cash is made available to Nigerians.
Well, thank you very much, Itodo. Well, it's unfortunate, what's been going on over the Naira issue. We've seen a lot of drama on social media. We've seen people who have gone actually berserk over this, their inability to lay hands on their money.
Yes.
It's because it's their money. I saw a guy who went naked, completely naked in a banking hall, and I thought, man, why? Does he have to get to this? And he was crying, completely stark naked. I don't know why he had to get to that level. Okay, and then from his conversation, he seemed to be a husband and a father, and I don't understand. Maybe he doesn't understand how that video will impact on his family, later in life. So I think that, things are not really good. Things are not good. But like I said earlier, don't kill yourself over this issue. Okay? We all need money. I've been to the bank. I've been to ATMs. I saw so many queues. I just drove away. That's all. I need money. We all need the money. Everyone needs it. Okay? Even those who have a lot of old notes stashed in their homes, they can't spend it. They still need new notes, So you can't find it. Just take it easy. I believe that it's a season and it will pass. However, coming to the issue of 3 states going to dragging the federal government to the Supreme Court. Of course, they can do that. It's a case between the federal government and state government. That's why it's starting at the Supreme Court. If not, ordinarily, you can't start a case at the Supreme Court. It has to go from the state high court. But if it's a case between the federal government and the state government, of course, it can start at the Supreme Court. Now, I don't know, we saw a surprise judgment today.
Yes, we did. Yes.
So it's difficult to tell what can happen. Okay? But if you ask me, I don't see how they don't have a good course of action, the 3 states. Number one, you can't stop the CBN from doing performing its mandatory functions. Okay? Now, by section 18, 19, and 20 of the CBN Act, okay, they are empowered to redesign the Naira, the Naira, every, I think, like 5 to 8 years. The last time the Naira was altered in any way was about 12 years ago. So CBN has argued that it is long overdue for the Naira is long overdue for an alteration, change it, whatever. But the problem that I think the APC has is they complain about the timing. Okay? However, they seem to be the only party that is complaining.
Not just the APC, because the governor of River State as well has also joined his voice to state that the timeline is too short and it's the poor people who are suffering this deadline. There are people who can't even transport themselves to work. They don't have any petty cash to go shopping to be able to feed themselves. They have to maybe beg their neighbors or friends to be able to just, get that immediate cash to spend.
But I think the governor just made it as a passing statement. But with the APC, they've been consistently on it, on all platforms, all TV stations, every day. They have their big men coming to talk about how the CBN is trying to sabotage. So the election is not for one party. It's for everybody. Okay? I have heard what the PDP has said. I've also heard, what the PDP candidate has said, and even the party. I've also heard what the Labour Party candidate has said, that it's a difficult time. Nigerians should just bear with the federal government and all of that. Okay? But the APC, and it's even more interesting because the APC is one that controls the government at the center. Okay? So 3 of its governors suing the federal government. It's almost like they are suing Buhari. That's what it means. Buhari they are suing. Okay? Because one of the things that somehow, irks me about all of these things is I see the APC members, they come on air and they lambast everybody except the president. They know clearly that Emefiele is doing this thing because he has the backing of the president. The president has not hidden.
We see that the president has also been called out,
but not by them. They will speak about the villa.
He's also been called out.
By who?
Wherein he's been told to pay attention to changing what's happening with the fuel scarcity as well as the Naira redesign. And they also met him on Friday, Barrister.
Itodo, you see. Their main grouse is not the fuel scarcity, it's the Naira.
Let's get into the.
If it was possible for us to sleep continuously at fuel in the queues, okay, but there's Naira flowing, I'm sure a lot of the politicians will not mind. They don't care because this is the first time we're having fuel queues.
Now, there was a meeting on Friday. There was a meeting on Friday.
And I thought that they should have waited because the president said they should give him 7 days. Right?
What could have gone wrong in that timeline?
The president said, give me 7 days.
Yes.
Now, we're just about 4 days or so, and they have gone to court.
Could this be in a bid to hasten the president's decision and ensure that he does something before the 10th of February. Now, we also hear that some banks were hoarding the cash. They went into their storage rooms, and found the cash stacked behind the old Naira notes. Also, cash being loaded onto ATMs, but their backs not peeled off, so it's unable to dispense cash. So it's not just blaming one person. A lot of people are also to share in the blame. Now, the House of Reps has also stated that it is bound to reconvene before February 25th elections over the cash crunch if nothing is done in good time.
Now, let me tell you something. Who is House of Reps? Who controls House of Reps? Let me ask the kind of rhetorical question that the former SGF asked one time. So, who is the presidency? So who is the House of Reps? It's the House of Reps that are going to reconvene to do what? What are they going to do? Is it that they cannot sack the CBN governor? They don't have such powers. Okay? They cannot sack the president.
So what does the law allow them to do to change what is happening?
And then this same House of Reps, there are a lot of members in House of Reps who don't care about this. No, not really that they don't care. Okay, because the House of Reps also has PDP members. And PDP has said they support they support what the president is doing. PDP has said that. And PDP is the main opposition party. So if you say you are reconvening, can only APC members, and it may not even be every APC member. It's just a handful. If the speaker is reconvening, the speaker is a member of the APC. Okay, so I don't know all this is just for me. It's just too many. It's just action and what is that going to achieve if they reconvene? What are they going to do? Well, we're waiting. Let's see what they're going to do.
All right,
it's unfortunate that there's this presupposition in the polity or in some quarters that the Naira, the redesigning of the Naira is targeted at a particular candidate. Do you understand? And some people have wondered, why would you say that? Why would you say it's targeted at it when other people are also in the same space, contesting in the same country? Why would you say it's targeted at you? Why? Everybody needs money for this election. Is that also? You need money for logistics. You need money to move around. You need money to do a lot of things. So they all need money. So it's everyone that is going through it. And I think my honest opinion, okay, or suggestion rather, is that Nigerians were the ones who have been complaining. We say people are doing buying votes. Is that not so? Everybody have said the people are buying votes. Okay, now federal government is saying, okay, assuming that is the reason, because the CBN has not come out to say we are redesigning the Naira to stop vote buying. CBN has not come out to say that categorically, but people just assume or just presuppose that this is the reason why CBN is doing this is because of elections. He wants to stop. I've heard people say it's not part of the security agency, security agencies, and so he should not be involved in anything should not be involved in election matters and all of that, But I think that whatever the CBN is doing is no CBN governor can act, okay, beyond the instruction that is given to him by the president. We're here when Soludo tried to redenominate the Naira, and it led to President Adwa was alive then. He was called, and that was why he didn't get a term, his second term. Because of that, it cost him a second term because he did it without consent without approval from the villa. There was no villa approval. He just did it on his own, and government felt embarrassed. What? You're a CBN governor. You can't do this without president's approval. You can't a president governor, for instance, cannot just wake up and just talk with the people and say, you know what, we want to change the color of the Naira, or we want to do whatever we want with the Naira without the approval of the president, who is the chief executive officer of the country.
Let's get some thoughts right now via our platform 0700 951 0000 080 959 74869. Those are the numbers to call. You can also call the WhatsApp line 08099930137, and as well as send a message to that number to share your thoughts right now. Now, the grievance or the worry of these governors who have sued the federal government is that majority of the indigents of the plaintiff states who reside in rural areas have been unable to exchange or deposit their old Naira notes, as there are no banks in some of these rural areas where the majority of the population of the state reside. And that is why they are asking for an extension or something to be done in good time to be able to handle whatever effects it would have on them losing their old Naira notes and not being able to access the new Naira notes. Welcome to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Itodo and our guest. This is Minister off.
Welcome. Please go ahead.
Uh-huh. I see no reason. APC state, Kaduna is APC. Kogi is APC government. And Zamfara. So I see no reason why they will rush to.
We can hear you, but your sound is a bit distorted. Can you maybe move around? Let's see if that improves. Hello? Right, we'll call back. Welcome to you. Are you there? Okay, let's go to the WhatsApp. Welcome.
Hello, Itodo.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to our guests.
Go ahead.
My name is Salasi. When I heard that this Kogi State, Kaduna State, and Zamfara State take federal government to Supreme Court, I just in Swahili, because it won't hold any water. Most especially our Supreme Court now is a higher bidder. So now, where were they when the ASU were on strike? Where were they when they are insecurity? Even they just killed about 80-something people in Katsina. 84, they told to 84. What did they do about the insecurity? Because it has come to their own interest. Now they are thinking of taking the federal government to court. Thank God, Supreme Court is a higher bidder. They should go. Let's see who will be win. Thank you. They can't impeach him. They can't do that. Who have the National Assembly? They Senate
All right,
and the House
Salasi.
of Rep. All of them are the majority. They can't take decision.
All right, Salasi, thank you. Let's go to the WhatsApp platform right now to get your reactions. This says, good afternoon. Mo says from Mpape. Barrister Idoko, please never say never when it comes to our judiciary. If Ahmed Lawan could still be declared the valid senatorial candidate of Yobe North in a decision that has defied logic, then it really tells you what could play out. But let's really see how things go. And, some people are trying to keep Nigerians occupied with fuel and scarcity and forget the 7.5 monumental years. The CBN supply of the notes is grossly inadequate. This is the crux of the matter. The cabals at each other's jugular, a case of a house divided. The three states are shedding. Ooh, okay, Make Other Great from Gwarimpa. Thank you for your message right there. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, get back to the phone lines to take your thoughts as well as have you share your thoughts on YouTube and Facebook. We are live right now and you can join the conversation on those platforms at Nigeria Info Abuja. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to get notified whenever it is that we are live. Stay tuned to Nigeria Info 95.1. This is the Roundtable on Hard Facts.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Facts Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info.
I keep my sunny
Yewo Demo77 says Tinubu is not the only one speaking against the new Naira note policy. Okay, welcome to you. Hello? Are you there? Or do well to call us back. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Itodo. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. My name is Abubakar calling from Gogoleda.
Go ahead.
You know, the APC governor held a meeting with the president on the issue of this Naira note scarcity. And by my own judgment, that meeting is lopsided. Why only APC governors were involved? And now some APC state governor drag federal government to court. It's all. I'm suspecting if there is a game plan. Yes, it should be nationwide protest against the government division. They have to deal with emergency. We have emergency, serious emergency attack. Today, there are almost mob action at the Gwagwala Zenith Bank branch. It was a military personnel invasion that prevented the calamity. So it is a serious national financial crisis that is looming. If it is explode, they will not be able to control it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your thoughts right there. 0709510008095974869. Those are the numbers to call. This is the Roundtable, and we are going through the headlines today. We've so far spoken about the Kaduna, Kogi, Zamfara suing the federal government, seeking to stop full implementation of the Naira redesign policy. Welcome to you.
Hello, Itodo. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
I agree to your just work with madam.
Thank you.
My own comment is that this three states that take federal government to court. I suspect a foul play there. These three states, they are involved in all this kikiri and kidnapping.
So what's the foul play that you suspect, Okwi?
They are take federal government to court. What is what I mean.
Okay.
So this three states that federal government to. Why not? There have been killing in Kaduna, even in Kogi, that is Zamfara. They don't take federal government to court. Issue of Mr. President is the Minister of Petroleum, and they are first cast everywhere. They don't take federal government to court. Why taking federal government to court? And some people say that they live in a rural area where there is no bank. You know there is no bank there, and you go there, go and live.
All right, Okwi.
Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. Going straight to the WhatsApp platform right now. This one says, this is from Ruben A. Agasa from Kuchingoro Airport Road. It's funny what is happening in the country. Were they not amongst the governors that made it to the meeting with the president? Why are they so worried about the policy? There's something they might not be telling us. And Onowo Uchendam says, how can a man who never contested for primary election become the flag bearer? Okay. All right. Oh, no, well, thanks for your thoughts right there. And the reason why these governors are not calling out the president directly is because they're worried he might take further action that would cost the election. Emefiele is answerable to the president, and the president is also the Minister of Petroleum, so why are they not calling him out? All right, Sam AB from Cuba. Speaking about the president right now, let's move on to our next headline for the day. And that is speaking about not adjusting the 2023 election timetable. And that's the president speaking about it right there, because there have been worries and calls for the extension going by the fuel scarcity as well as the Naira redesign policy and not having access to the cash, right? But the president is saying stick to the timetable as earlier released.
So the question is, what do Nigerians want? Do Nigerians want extension? Okay, I'm sure from the views of all the callers, on not just on this program, but maybe on other programs, have you had, even from Abuja here, have you had callers who have complained that, look, we want this something extended? We don't want any extension. We want to have this election by that 25th. We are tired, okay? And if you extend the election, you're extending the problem. Assuming that this problem, some people have said it is a problem that will end after the election.
Okay.
Assuming that it's actually meant to stop vote buying. Okay, then let's have the election done with after the presidential election, particularly the presidential election. Everything you'll be shocked, Itodo, that after the presidential election, there will be so much money, you'll be wondering what to do.
So are you saying that this scarcity is because of the forthcoming election, and once it's done with, you would have as much as possible to go around?
Well, that's the belief out there. The belief out there, is that it's okay. We're having money before election. How come now we're getting close? And you see, for me, what pains me is they're trying to tie this thing around Tinubu's election, which is wrong. You understand? They just think, I think that they are using Tinubu. You understand? I mean, I'm talking about particularly the governors.
Okay.
They are just using him. They want to use him as a I wouldn't say a scapegoat or something, but they go and say, oh no, they're trying to frustrate Tinubu. Meanwhile, okay, Tinubu has not gone to court. It is 3 governors that have gone to court, probably on behalf of other governors. Okay? Because see, this election is not about Tinubu's election alone. It's about the election of 36 other governors who, some of them have finished, some want to install their stooges. You follow? So they want to install their stooges, and they need money to install those, to put those people back, to put their boys back in office.
What you're saying in essence right now is this scarcity would hinder or hamper vote buying, even though a lot of people do not believe that.
Do you know what? Nigerians are suffering. I understand. But they are also willing to go through this. Okay, apart from a few of the dramas that you all have seen, and even some of the protests going on in some states, I believe they are even sponsored. I believe they are sponsored, just to create panic in the system. To say, oh, you see, this thing is not being resisted by people. Nigerians don't care whether you redesign the Naira or not. Okay? But if Nigerians have said, look, they've complained about vote buying, and everybody has a propensity to buy votes. Labour Party can buy votes if they have the opportunity. They want to win. Okay? And remember that everybody in Labour Party is not Peter Obi. There are lieutenants who want him to win in different places. And if they could, they will buy votes in those places. PDP...
But we know buying votes is illegal.
It's illegal. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
PDP also, if they have the chance, they will buy votes. PDP have bought votes before.
How do you know? Do you have any receipts to show for this? Let's not just go throwing words around in a bid to put a party down. I'm saying all the parties. No party is an exception. APC say they don't want them to buy votes. Okay, we're saying they don't want the APC to buy votes. That's why they are doing this. Okay, so I am saying, this policy. It's a general not wanting vote buying to be encouraged from anybody at all, not just a specific party.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's exactly what I'm saying. I said all of them don't want to buy votes, and let me tell you, the reason I say they should not hang this around Tinubu is because Tinubu is a big politician. Tinubu is a great politician. Tinubu can win elections without buying votes.
Okay, so
if he really wanted to,
I don't want you trying to campaign for him now.
No, listen. I'm trying to say,
okay.
Because of the people, you see, it's the APC that is saying that, it's because they want to frustrate. They've come out, they've said it on TV, on everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, that they want to frustrate Tinubu's, that there are people in the villa, and they have also accused Emefiele of trying to frustrate Tinubu's chances of winning the election. So I'm saying that if Tinubu wants to win, Tinubu can win election. I'm saying because this thing is strictly directed at him. So I'm saying that man is loved by a lot of Nigerians.
Okay, let's move on.
Don't care.
Let's move on.
There are people, as I talk to you, there are people he doesn't need to give money. They'll vote for him. They love him.
Let's move on from that right now, so we do not come off as encouraging anyone to campaign or vote for him, because it affects all parties put together, not just one person, right? All of the parties that are contesting for the elections.
I heard that about 18 political parties.
Exactly. So it's not just one person.
18 political parties have also warned that if the election is extended, they'll pull out.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines and get this thought. Okay. Welcome to you. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome to you.
Good afternoon. I greet your guest. I don't know his name anyway.
Tony Idoko, go ahead.
Okay, Tony Idoko. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my own name is Commemoration.
Go ahead.
Yes. Nigeria. When I listen to some Nigerians saying that Nigeria shall be great again, I laugh. How will the country be great again where somebody who did not participate in the primary election is being declared candidate of PDP in Supreme Court, the highest court of the land? How will international communities hear this and take Nigeria my friends in Nigeria Info are saying Nigeria will be late again. How? How? I want to know.
Don't you think things can get better? Don't you think things can get better? Why do you have this? Why don't you think things can get better?
Sir?
Why do you not think that things can get better?
Any weekend that will be good, we will notice it from Wednesday.
Oh, really?
In this country. You understand? So, in conclusion, please. There's something I want to say. You let me forget what I want to say, basically.
All right.
You see, please, those who vote for APC, they should enjoy.
Okay, we have to let you go. Do not do that. Okay, let people vote for whoever they think it is they prefer. All right, don't do that.
Hello.
Welcome to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's hear your thoughts, please.
My name is Uche. I'm calling you from Guarimpa.
Go ahead, Uche. Talk to us.
Itodo, most times I feel as if most of you in the media, as if you guys are not in this country. The way you ask questions and the way you react to some people's comments.
Would you like to react? Would you like to react to the headlines we're talking about right now?
Now, you are aware of the vote buying in Nigeria, and you are asking questions as if you are not part of us.
I'm sorry. Do you want to react to the headlines we're talking about right now? It doesn't have to do with what I'm asking or not asking. You're called in to react, so please go ahead.
Okay. All right, bro. The entire APC governors should take the federal government to the court. Who are these federal government? Is it not the APC government? They should go ahead. We are watching them, and we are just waiting for them. Coming 25th of February. No problem. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Welcome to you.
Oh, hello, good afternoon, Itodo.
Good afternoon, Ola.
Yes, thank you very much. You see, let me first of all express my consternation. I mean, with what I heard from your guest in the studio when he said Bola Tinubu does not need to buy vote, or APC does not need to buy vote before the new election. Look, bros, let me just tell you this. In fact, vote by...
Ola, let's not dwell on that. Ola, let's not dwell on that right now, okay? Let's just have you react to the headlines, all right?
Okay, no,
great.
It's okay, but hello, Itodo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, it's okay, but the fact is that, look, when we're speaking on national issues, we shouldn't abuse the minds of the people and send the wrong signals out there. That's why I just called. Let me just leave you on that particular note.
All right, Ola. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to you.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Yahaya.
Go ahead.
Actually, the guests you call in the studio, to me, we don't know how to address the situation.
Let's not have you speak down on anyone. Yahaya, do you want to react to any of the headlines? Don't speak down on anyone.
Okay.
That's not a cool thing to do.
Okay.
Great.
And again, okay. So what I want to say in a nutshell again, there are some people who say that they don't live back in rural area, this and that. That person doesn't know what he's saying, that they should pack from the rural area to the urban city to go and do something. What did he mean by that statement? Is all Nigerians supposed to live in the same place? There's one particular caller, I don't want to mention him. The way he's talking sometimes, I don't like it.
All right, Yahaya.
It is not that kind of a thing. Thank you. Have a nice
Thank you. Have a good one as well. Going straight to the messages right now on Facebook. And Ikechuko Mba says, these policies seem to have ulterior motives. Okay. And Stanley Uchenda says, how can... I think I already took this one earlier. And this says, God save our hard-earned democracy. Albert Akbehe says, election. Who is talking about postponing the election? Anybody talking about postponing the election is an enemy of the state and should be investigated. And okay. All right. Thank you for your message right there, Albert. Let's see what you are saying on Facebook, rather on WhatsApp right now. The heat is actually on the party, the ruling party and its stalwarts, and the action is showing it. Why would this state go to court? Or why wouldn't they go to court on the incessant killings of innocent Nigerians for not being able to protect them? It clearly shows, the Supreme Court should stick to its legacies and should ensure that they do not give ridiculous judgments. May God help Nigeria. Pastor Austin Chukwuloa from Kuje. The scarcity of the new Naira notes is a perfect recipe for, it's also already loading. I hope they will be able to handle it when it comes. And if the parties allege that the redesigned Naira notes is targeted at the ruling party's presidential candidate, I suspect that... Okay. All right, Ben from Central Area, thank you so much for your message right there. Back to the phone lines right now to get your thoughts. Welcome to you. Your radio is on.
Sorry, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Go ahead, please.
Yes, your guest will say something about why is APC taking it personal.
What's your name?
My name is Country Boy.
Go ahead.
Yes, APC has to take it personal.
Your radio is on. Can you move away from it so we can hear everything you're saying? It's giving feedback.
How about now?
It's better. Go ahead.
So APC has to take it personal because in this time around, when we are APC is in power and this kind of policies on the ground, people to discourage voters from voting. So they have every right. As for state governors, rural people in the rural area are suffering. So they have to speak for their people. They have every right to do whatever they feel.
All right, thank you. Welcome to you. Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon. We can barely hear you. Can you move around so we see if that improves your connection? Okay, you have to call back so we can hear you clearly. Welcome to you.
Hello, Itodo. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my name is Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, my take this Nigeria redesigning. See, what is happening in Nigeria now is what we deserve. It's not Buhari and the Mefele that is the most problem. The people that voted Buhari, the people that voted this government.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on a second. Don't do that, okay? Yeah. Don't blame anyone. So react to the headlines that you have heard and why you called. Let's do that. Let's focus on that right now, not the people.
Okay. Now.
Great. Go ahead.
To get money now in the bank, problem. We are suffering. We are suffering to get our money. Our hard money we work for. Put in the bank to go and get it. Now, is problem. We are suffering. That suffering now. Who put us into this problem? Is the people that vote this government in.
All right. Thank you for your thoughts right there. Let's move on to the third story for the day. This one right here says IPOB uncovers plot to assassinate Atiku in Southeast. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has said there was a plot by political vampires to murder the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, in the southeast region of the country. Now, the group alleged that its enemies wanted to assassinate him and blame it on its security wing, which is the Eastern Security Network, and the supporters of the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, widely known as Obedience. Now, IPOB revealed this in a statement by its spokesperson, Emma Powerful, on Sunday. So let's have you speak to the insecurity in the country right now. We see the elections are going on. That's also been a bit of a worry as to its postponement and what the government can do before the elections and even afterwards to ensure that Nigerians are safe. And right now, IPOB is warning about an alleged attack on a presidential candidate.
Thank you, Joe. Quickly, but before I do, I want to disabuse the mind of Ola, okay? That when I was talking about whatever I said about the one of the candidates, okay, maybe I didn't land on my thought, but I meant that all the candidates, the four leading candidates, they all are people with mass appeal,
okay,
and can win elections without.
That's what you were going for.
Yeah, without buying votes. All of them. Okay, there are people. Everybody love. People love all of them differently. Okay, maybe there are people that love one candidate. There are a lot of people that love another candidate. A lot love other. 200 million people cannot all vote for one candidate. So we all have our different choices, our different candidates. And now, come to think of it, you mean if there was no money at all, are you saying people wouldn't vote? People will still vote. People still love them. There are people that have not received a dime, but a lot of them can give anything just to see that their preferred candidate wins.
Okay.
The preferred candidate wins. So Ola take it is okay. I'm not saying that because we're saying something about me. Saying
All right, so let's speak to the insecurity right now in the country and how a candidate is being threatened or being warned that they should be careful and be able to beef up security.
I don't know how IPOB got that information. It's a very serious issue. Okay, if you say they have intelligence that some people are going to kill, I don't know, because that information is not complete. Okay, you have intelligence from where, that who are the people that want to kill the vice presidential candidate of the PDP. I also think they're taking it more seriously because they said that they want to do it and blame it on IPOB. Okay.
On the ESN network.
Okay, on the ESN.
Yeah, the security network.
Which is an arm of IPOB.
Yeah.
It's an arm of IPOB, security arm of IPOB, right? So I think that if they have such information, they should not waste time. They should go to the relevant security agencies and make the make the complaint. Go and report, And I think that security agencies will do something about it. But I also think that, to the best of my knowledge, that Atiku Abubakar has finished from the southeast. I don't think he's still campaigning in the southeast. I'm not too sure. If he's not still campaigning in the southeast, I don't know why anybody would want to come and kill him again in the southeast. But if he's still campaigning, because I know he was in Anambra, he's been to Anambra, and I think also to maybe Enugu or so. Maybe it's possible that he hasn't finished with the southeast. But if it is true that he will still be returning to the southeast for campaigns, and this kind of information comes up, I think that they should take it. They should take it seriously. It should be taken seriously. Nothing is taken for granted. Okay. However, I also think that because on the issue of insecurity all over the country, I think that the military, they're on top of to some extent. I know that things are still happening. But concerning
we had what happened in
election,
Katsina as well.
Yeah, because you see, I've always said it. This security, we all have to be part of it. We have to get involved. We have to own this country, all of us. We have to take ownership of the country. I don't know any country in the world where it is solely the security people that that are engaged in security and protection of lives and property. Everybody is involved. That's why if in some places, if you move around, you are just, maybe you come new to some environment, if your neighbors are watching you, if they're skeptical about skeptical of your movement, they just call the police. Everybody is involved. Okay. So I think that we all need to get involved, and we should not deceive ourselves that the army can't do everything. They can't be. The army is not you. They are human beings, and they're not ubiquitous. They can't be everywhere. They can only try as much as they can, including the police and other security agencies. We all need to get involved. Okay, we all need to get involved. So if you know anything, you report. You call the nearest, if it's the police or the nearest military formation. You can make a complaint. Okay. So I think that concerning the election, I believe that we are going to have a good election, despite all of these things, happening. I believe we're going to have a good election.
Okay, let's take a few messages right now on the YouTube platform. You can still watch live on YouTube right now at Nigeria Info Abuja, as well as on Facebook. Rejoice Ojonogwa says the federal government and INEC should not move the election date. In all they do, they should keep it at the same date, okay? And the people have every civil right to resist the injustice meted at them. It destroys democracy, and that is speaking about injustice is a recipe for disaster, as Cyril Baz. While Lawal Mohammed thinks that vote buy-in used to be our tradition, but I think it's going to be very difficult this time around. Welcome to you. Good afternoon.
Hello, Itodo, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Excuse me, my name is JD, I'm calling from Gogoleda.
Go ahead, JD.
My name is JD, I'm calling from Gogoleda.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, it's really disturbing, that last information you read out to us, that IPOB are alleging that Atiku Abubakar is going to be assassinated in the east, and then to blame it in their security arm. I think this kind of information should not be treated with levity, because it's a very serious one. Approaching election as important as it is, when Nigeria seems to be shaking everywhere, there is tension here, there is problem here and there, and this allegation is coming up. It's good that they brought it up, but please, the media should help us with security apparatus to trace the source of this information, how valid it is, how authentic it is, how true it is, so that it is nip in the bud. We don't want anybody to throw us into any crisis, because I think this information will not just come on air like that without the smoke from somewhere.
All right.
So anybody listening to my voice, security agents, please, people should take it up seriously, very seriously. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's see what you're saying on WhatsApp right now. Hyman from Cairo says, I remembered when this Ninth Assembly came on board and... Okay, what is wrong with the Naira policy? That's a question that you are asking. Why are the governors so worried about the Naira redesign policy? They feel the policy is hurting Nigerians and may hinder their causes. Okay. So the CBN, let's see. To the CBN, what are you saying right here? Okay, so the CBN Naira redesign policy is a bad one, and the courts can stop it and declare it to have infringed on the basic economic rights of the citizens. The policy has actually reduced the purchasing power of the Naira and Nigerians. What's the essence of money that a citizen cannot have access to? For a guest, okay, all right. All right, caller, thank you for your thoughts. As good as it is not to exaggerate situation we found ourselves in with this new note issue, it will also be wrong for us to trivialize why and how people express the pain they're passing through. Okay. All right, John from Niger, thank you for your thoughts. It's a good place to wrap up the conversation right now, but let's hear your final thoughts, Tony.
Those who are complaining, particularly some of the APC members, to stop the scopegatism, okay? Let them just go straight to the issue. If you know the person who is responsible, go straight to the president, just like those 8 governors did. They went to talk to him, and I think that they should wait for whatever he has to say, whether he's going to ask the CBN to extend. But I think that the CBN, we don't need any extension, because the more you extend this election, the further this suffering, Nigerians are going to continue to suffer, and my appeal to Nigerians is, they say things will really get worse before they really get, very good, so we are I think in the worst of times, things are really bad. We should be patient. I understand. Okay, let's be our brother's keeper. If there's any way you can help any other person, please do so. And the POS vendors who are exploiting the situation, you're asking people for 5,000, you say they should pay 750. 750, 10,000, you say you should pay 10,000. 1,000 naira. That is ridiculous. That's not nice. This is not the time. Everyone is suffering. So let's try and see how we can be there for one another. Okay, Nigerians, please. I think we have reached the point where we're almost there. It's just 19 days. Okay, let's just bear it.
All right, thank you so much.
I wish all of us the best.
Tony Idoko, lawyer and public affairs analyst, for joining the conversation today on the Roundtable. In case you missed the first hour of the Roundtable, go straight to our YouTube and Facebook platforms right now at Nigeria Info Abuja to catch up and join the conversation. We've got an interview coming up in a few minutes. That is at 4 p.m. So ensure that you stay tuned to Nigeria Info 95.1. This is still Hard Facts.